Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. This is going to be Upcoming Stars facing off against the Potato Boys. The Upcoming Stars did defeat out Laser Unicorns in the last round. Now they're going to face off against Potato Boys, who beat the 5 Angry Hindus, and the picks and bans are coming through.
Jean-Qui taken away by Upcoming Stars, and Potato Boys will remove Sir Ket. Bans back over to Upcoming Stars, and honestly, it's the question of there's so much you can ban. What don't you want to play against?
That's generally how it is now, Craig. I think there's so many options. I think the balance isn't too bad that you can just take out 1 or 2 gods, and then there's still going to be stuff available that people want to play and focus on first picking. I generally think it comes down to personal play styles or what sort of compositions you want to run.
I mean, honestly, looking at the high ban rate gods, the highest one in terms of win rate is Mercury at 55.56 at 10 games. So he's like 10 for 19. That's not that high. There are some more niche gods with really high win rates. On her has 6 games and a 75 or 6 wins out of 8. So like, yeah, but you don't ban on her right now. So it's really just whatever you want to pick. First pick Habois, and on the in the Pro League, his win rate's only 28.57%. He is 2 for 9, I believe.
Well, we're in the challenger scene now. Semi-finals, Potato Boys, option to them. They're hovering and locking in Agony. Athena is being hovered over and locked in as well. So they've chosen to go for the very safe support pick. Now, will Upcoming Stars pick Geb here, Krat? Or will they hope that Potato Boys don't ban it away and look for some other option, maybe like Ymir?
Yeah, I mean, the question is, what are they comfortable with? Qin has been playing support for a long time, so he could definitely go for something more niche, but it looks like the Geb will be hovered on and locked in. Gonna go for the standard Geb-Athena matchup. Picking phase goes back to the Potato Boys, and Thor. Okay.
Going to be Thor, quickly picked up. I guess that's going to be their jungle option for now. We'll find out, though, as the counter bans come out. Potato Boys with their first counter ban available to them right now. They've already got stuff on the table. They're going to take out the jungler in Nemesis. They do not want to deal with the slows that God can provide. Got to take that one away, and it's now over to Upcoming Stars.
Yeah, Upcoming Stars, I guess we're just going to get rid of Chuck. Honestly, I feel like that's just kind of like, oh, we don't want to deal with Shock, but I feel like they didn't really know what to target. The Artemis, Suntouch has been playing that for a while today. I think it's been the majority of his games, so...
Yeah, he has played it a lot today overall. I think the thing with Suntouch right now is he is transitioning to a new role in the Hunter position overall. He's on a new team. He was a jungler and a support beforehand. He will have a lot of the stuff that will make a good Hunter based off the fact that he used to play support, because he understands the position he would expect a Hunter to be in, henceforth be able to put himself in those shoes. Sticking to the 1 or 2 Hunters to begin with, Kret, is a generally good idea when you transition into a new role. Just make sure you get those down 100% and stay with what you're comfortable in the role.
Exactly. You can artificially increase your skill level by reducing your god pool and focusing on a small number of gods. Upcoming Stars playing more Isis Bastet for the jungle. So the Thor pick and the Nemesis ban did have the desired effect of pushing Upcoming Stars onto a lower priority god. Vulcan locked in for Potato Boys. I'm still not sold on the Vulcan, but I'm always excited to see it because I want to be sold on the Vulcan. I want to like Vulcan competitive play. I'm just not there yet.
It's always one of those with he's got so much potential, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of burst damage, a lot of potential to do crazy cool things. You just don't see it that often because it's very difficult to make that happen, especially in the crazy games that you generally see. So on paper, it could be Habois solo or an Isis mid, more than likely Agony mid versus Vulcan and Vulcan in the solo. But you never know, you know, those mages can all mix it up. I have seen 1 or 2 Isises in the solo before. So we'll have to see how this one's going to play out. On paper, correct, though, how are you feeling about these teams? Do you think one team got an overall advantage here?
Well, you mentioned the mix-ups of mid and solo, but honestly, whichever way you slice it, I think Potato Boys have an advantage. I like Agni against Hebo. I like Vulcan against Hebo. I like Agni against Isis, or at least it's even. And I love Vulcan against Isis because that meatball can be used to interrupt the Wind Gust and stop the clear. In the duo lane, totally depends on how the Artemis ends up working out, and in the jungle, yeah, I mean, it's up to Thor to just sort of set up and get those kills, but adapting is a very skilled jungler, so I think I could really like what he's going to do with Thor this game. I love good Thor play, and I really want to see it.
Well, we'll see, guys. Coming up now, Upcoming Stars versus Potato Boys. We'll be right back with that action as soon as these guys have loaded in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. This is going to be upcoming stars facing off against the Potato Boys in the second week of the European Challenger Cup. Upcoming stars going to be starting on the bottom half of the map, the left-hand side of the spectator UI. We're going to see the Pikachu playing Bastet in the jungle. Apollo is going to be played by Hyperion in the duo lane alongside Qin on Geb. Kurasento is going to be in the mid lane as Isis, I expect, and Snakeskin in the solo playing Herbois. What have the Potato Boys got, Cret?
Well, that's a good question. They're going to be playing Thor in the jungle. That's adapting Proxy QQ in the solo lane as Vulcan, Suntouch, your ADC Artemis, Arrow, mid lane Agni, and Durgius support Athena.
Well, right at the start of the game, you're going to see them all rotate around the right-hand side. Upcoming stars going to put down a very early ward. I guess they went there a little bit deeper, but with the pressure from Potato Boys being there, they all just back away for now. No early wards once again coming out from Durgis. He's decided that wards are not his friend anymore, it seems.
What's a ward?
It's that thing that gives vision that sometimes saves your life.
Never heard of it. No,
Never
but
heard
so
of it.
I guess he doesn't expect the invades and thinks he can handle them when he sees them coming. And honestly, given when he's support on this side, that honestly left side kind of is more invading onto blue than it is onto red. So I think Durgius is okay to sacrifice warding.
Thinking about the support and how that plays out, if you don't get spotted as the support at the start of the game, they can think you have warded anyway.
Yes.
Like, you can get away with that, so you can play the mind game with them of thinking it. The only problem is that with replays and being casted, oh, hold the phone. Bastet jumps over and tries to steal away the speed buff, gets it, pounces away and says, thanks a lot, Potato Boys. I'll enjoy that speed buff for myself, and now I'm going to rotate with Herbois to take down my own blue.
And that's the big strength of Bastet. You always have to watch out for the Pounce steal, because not only do you get to jump in and jump back, but Pounce does a lot of damage as well at that rank 1, so it's really difficult to deal with. And honestly, in part, it's Potato Boys not really realizing that that was likely going to happen. So what they need to do is they need to, in the future, pull the buff back farther, not clear it right in the front of the camp, just so they can quickly reset if they need to.
Well, on the left-hand side as well, Qin goes into the enemy jungle again and steals away the back Harpies as well, so trying to advance their Goldie, but now with that opportunity, Durgis did go a little bit aggressive, doesn't have his taunt online just yet though, but for the time being, early stages of the game, upcoming stars have come out flying at the start of this one.
Yeah, but the Potato Boys are going to try and fire back, rotating into the jungle left-hand side, and they're feigning an invade onto speed. Going to try and get a catch here onto Qin.
Oh,
Slowed
Qin.
out. Durgius gets another slow.
taunt.
Stone Shield is down, but the crits from Suntouch do not chain in the right way. It's only a 50% chance after the third hit, so he only had about two max stack chances.
I think if Durgis was level 3 on that little fight there, Qin would have fallen down thanks to the taunt, but he didn't have that available to him. Wasn't enough to bring him down. Right-hand side, you're going to see the Pikachu give over the red buff to Isis nice and early. That's going to advance her experience as well in this middle lane, so she should hit 5 pretty quickly. It looks like she's going to rotate all the way over for speed here, which means she might... Oh no, she's changed her mind. I was going to say she would miss a full wave of experience there if she rotated for that speed then.
Yeah, that would be a little bit unfortunate. Don't want to lose too much experience, especially at this phase in the game where hitting level 5 is your primary goal. Left-hand side, Suntouch is going to actually recall before hitting level 5 to get sprint rank 2. Interesting choice.
Going for the mobility in that lane, I guess. Overall, I guess he wants to deal with Bastet. I'm actually down for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sprint rank 2, the reason he's picking it up is because it gives you immunity to slows. And what's happening right now? Bastet is in the jungle. She's going to have a Cats online soon. And if he goes for the gank onto her, then he's going to be able to pop that sprint and get away from them and not be slowed down.
In the middle lane, rotating over is Arrow. Gonna find Bastet. No, they just pass by each other. Red buff on Arrow now. Mid camp spawning in about 30 seconds. So both teams will be watching out for that.
It's a slow start at the moment. Pikachu going to rotate around the back, so you're adapting coming to mid lane though. Adapting to only level 4 here is an opportunity
right
for
inside Proxy.
Not going to find anything, but Proxy getting low right.
Yeah, Pikachu now taking a lot of damage, drops the cats onto Arrow, diving with the cats, but Pikachu might be able to get away. Defender of Olympus coming in, support a level ahead of Jungler, but getting body blocked out. Oh no,
Good
that was
spirit
so
ball.
unfortunate.
But the Spirit
Oh
Ball as
my
well,
God.
I don't think it would have made it, but the body blocking was enough. Adapting said, no, I do not want to get a kill this time round. We will just chill out. Suntouch starting off with those mid camps on the left-hand side as well. He rotates around, hits level 5 as well. Bit of craziness between the two teams. No one's dead just yet. Arrow eats a Spirit Ball to the face. The Wing Gust come out. The lane resets once more. 3.5 minutes in the game. Golden experience only just in favour of upcoming stars, but that can all change in a moment's notice.
On the right-hand side, what happened to Proxy is he got knocked very, very low from Snakeskin on that Habois and actually survived by 1 auto attack. It was really, really close. Arrow in the middle lane, taking damage from the Spirit Ball. Wing Gust, dash away, it will be fine. Curacento's going to force Arrow back to base after this wave.
Gonna see Proxy, gonna get rotated by the Pikachu here. He's aware of it though, so he limps with his one peg leg back to the safety of his tower for now. It looks like upcoming stars trying to go aggressive, looking for an opportunity. They know adapting speed buffs up. They're gonna go in, pounce from Pikachu a little bit early. It's probably gonna get reset. Nope, with the rotation from Qn, they're gonna steal away adapting speed buff again. This is great play from upcoming stars.
And it's also a big mistake coming out from Potato Boys, but damage onto Proxy. QQ could be in trouble under the tower. Will get struck by the Spirit Ball. It connects and Proxy will fall. Thor's up, Thor's come down, but he's under the tower. Can he really turn this around? The Catsy's used his Mjolnir's attunement, adapting to so much trouble. And at this rate, upcoming stars are going to be moving on to the finals, but on the left-hand side, it's invade onto blue. Suntouch does take that away. So there's some sort of payback. Arrow is here.
What can Arrow do?
And actually, he could be turned on here. I mean, he has to be careful.
He could have been. The Spirit Ball didn't connect though, so he's just going to back to the right-hand side, defend this minion wave, soak up the experience, make sure there's no free tower pressure. But while he's doing that, the Pikachu is in their jungle one more time, trying to take away this blue buff. Arrow spots out Isis with that ward, but he doesn't spot out Pikachu in time before he takes down that blue buff. 2-0 lead to upcoming stars right now, and they're looking really good. Potato Boys were definitely the favourites, Krat.
Yeah, so what happened there is Arrow was forced to back in the middle lane, but he backed at a time where you cannot back. If your mid is not in lane when your speed buff spawns, a good team will take your speed buff because they have a 3v2. And at 5 minutes, you can't fight a 3v2. So Arrow needed to actually back at a much earlier time, either right after mid camps or right before mid camps. He didn't do that, and it actually lost adapting his speed buff.
Well, Durgis has his Midas boots online right now. It is a level behind Qn overall, and Qn's got a little bit more experience because of the invades as well, and soaking of experience. Upcoming stars done a very good job of sharing experience throughout the jungle, as we've seen Bastet rotating around. Mid-camp spawning though right now. Durgis on the right-hand side, looking to start those ones up. Meanwhile though, adapting in the enemy jungle, taking away the speed buff in response.
Yeah, I mean, that's just sneakiness, and that's a different mistake. That's the Pikachu not having a tight jungle timing, not going for those camps on spawn, loses his speed. Right mid camp, gonna go to Potato Boys, left also to Potato Boys, and suddenly where is the map pressure from upcoming stars? Because they had so much.
Well, right hand side once again, Proxy getting aggressed on. He's very, very low under his tower. No skills left for Snakeskin. He did use the crushing wave to bring Proxy down that low. He's going to have to base one more time. Mid lane though, big rotation and Cataclysm connects. The cats are down. Arrow's in trouble. The Spirit Ball connects. Curacento picks up that kill. Athena dunks in onto Adapting, but what can he do now? He's going to get a two-man taunt, but with Adapting backing away from this one, there's not much else Durgis can do. Left hand side, Hyperion was looking for the rotation if required. Wasn't needed though. 3-0 once again. Upcoming stars push the lead out again.
And the thing is, Durgis is leveling his taunt, which can be great if you're able to set up for your Agni, if you're able to set up for your Thor, or your Vulcan. That didn't happen in those engagements because, well, he arrived, his Agni died, there's nothing to set up for. So Durgis then just goes in, drops the shield wall, but with a low rank shield wall and a high rank taunt, yeah, it's going to hit, but it's not going to do much damage on the right-hand side. Adapting does want for a kill. Yeah, I mean, he's got his ult. This very well should happen.
Well, there's no ward that can give vision of him yet. Maybe they can sign it. Snakeskin's not aware though because he's just used the Atlas to go forward. This could be a mistake. The ult does not land. Neither of the ults land. The backfire doesn't either. He's just juking it out. Snakeskin for the time being, buying himself as much time as possible, but buying himself time is not necessarily a good idea because Arrow's waiting. The backfire connects. He can't walk backwards because the turret would hit him, and the meatball and Adapting double tap is enough to bring him down. Tried to buy himself time, but the team were not in a position to back him up.
And honestly, that was I mean, they got the kill, but that was sloppy. It took way too long. There were too many abilities missed. Potato Boys do need to pull it together if they want to make the comeback. They're down 1,000 gold and 1,000 experience on the right-hand side. A fight at the speed buff will go to the Potato Boys this time, and this could be a big engagement. Pikachu stunned out Bees, uses the cats. Nice spin, adapting, gets a kill there. Defender of Olympus coming in and disengaging are the upcoming stars. The question is, what are Potato Boys gonna go for now? They do have pressure, but I think it's just going to be taking waves of farm.
Oh, Hyperion fight with Suntouch. Suntouch out of mana, uses the board to try and continue that. Wasn't enough. Hyperion just immediately mezzes, rotates back to his tower. That's all she wrote for that one. 3-2. Gold and experience relatively still even. Like it's 3-2 on the scoreboards. All these invades and things create overall. Potato Boys are doing a good job of staying in the mix. And that final invade on the speed buff, they were well prepared for it that time round.
Yeah, they were really prepared, and the problem is you can't get predictable. When you take one, when you take two, you have to be ready for them to take three.
Oh, Snakeskin's got to be careful on the back here. He was very, very low, trying to recall, but Proxy's not going to have it. Crushing wave forced out. Thor misses the dunk. Adapting them with the hammer. Does manage to rotate round onto him again. Wall doesn't connect, but still picks it up. Volcanal does not land on anyone, but that doesn't matter because the backfire damage picks up the Pikachu.
Gold Fury now in a lot of trouble. It's up to Suntouch to try and do something here, but Gold Fury will fall, and that's the problem. When they're rotating 4 people at a solo lane, you give up pressure where it counts. So what needed to happen was Arrow needed to stop the rotation from Kurosento to the Gold Fury. He didn't do that. He wasn't in position to do that. So Potato Boys, yeah, they get a pick, and it's a good pick. It's on a Hebo, but they lose the Gold Fury, and they give up a lot of money.
They do give up quite a bit of money. You can see it's 1,100 gold advantage now. Experience in favor of the Potato Boys, though, because they did take down that right camp on the right-hand side as well. In the mid lane, you can see Aero trading out once again with Crescento. Left mid camps do go in favor of the Potato Boys one more time. Left-hand side, you're going to see a rotation from Adapting. They're looking for Hyperion. The ball's going to stun him as he tries to jump out. He's going to use his ultimate, but it's not going to come in time. The Chariot just took a little bit longer. He bought his bus pass, but the bus was late.
Potato Boys have such a good gank game going on. They just need to convert it into more of an objective focused game so they can make sure that they're staying pace with the gold. They're now up in experience about 2,000, which is looking good. Gank on the left-hand side, or at least an attempt coming out from the Pikachu on that
Arrow
set.
in mid gets caught out really badly. One more Wingo, so do it. Sign's going to buy some time. One more auto. Yeah, he goes. Kurosento picks up Arrow then with a fantastic Spirit Ball. Adapts got to the sky, though. Going to dunk down on him. He might have to find this one, but on the back of that, you're going to see Snakeskin rotating in. Did get the slow with the spout, but he's not got any more follow-up from that one. Proxy's here as well. Snakeskin needs to watch himself. Meatball going to connect, not backfire. The turret's going to buy some time. Crushing wave destroys the turret. There's the Vulcan ultimate. There's a little bit of damage, but the cats are doing work from Pikachu right now. Athena ult's going to buy a little bit of time, but he still goes down. Cataclysm as Hyperion comes in onto Adapting, and now the turnaround into Potato Boys one more time. Durgis has to back away from this one. 6-6. This is getting crazy.
Yeah, big split coming out there from Potato Boys. It looked like a nice turn, but Gab came in, kept the target that Adapting was going for alive, I believe, Habla. And then, because Potato Boys were split, they just lost people in both places. Really unfortunate there in the middle lane. That tower's taking a lot of pressure. It will probably go down. Pikachu takes tower aggro, dash in. The DOT will be enough to get the kill along with the help of Meteor, and the tower stays alive for now on the left-hand side. Tusky, Hyperion could be in trouble. Nice speeds. Suntouch needs the auto attack, slows with the suppress the insolent. Nice dash to knock away. Sprint use. He has sprint too. Remember that from the early game. Arrows here. Dash forward, gets the stun. This should be a kill. Taunt and Meteor hits. Suntouch finds it on the end. But now Suntouch is out of mana, and Kurosento in the mix. Not going to have the damage to do enough there. On the right-hand side.
Risky to continue, so they had to be careful with that one. I can understand them not continuing anymore. Snakeskin, though, right-hand side, like you just said. Trying to push in. Thor's looking for an opportunity again. He's going to go up. He's been spotted by a ward this time, and I expect the dunk down is on. The beads have already been used by Snakeskin, but the spin to win is enough from Adapting to bring down Snakeskin on this right-hand side.
And so I love the decision making from adapting there. So far we've seen him do the proper or the full Thor combo, which is land one, wall confirm the backswing,
Proxy.
spin. Proxy's in a lot of trouble. Can he kill the cats in time? Though
Nope.
doesn't seem to be it, and Durgi's not gonna be able to make it either. Definitely takes a lot of damage. You wanted to get away, but will he get far enough? Beads for cooldowns, misses the Spirit Ball, but will get the Circle Compression stun under tower. Arrow needs to dump the damage, finds the Meteor on the Wind Gusting Isis. Not easy, and now Pikachu's diving again, but is he going to get enough damage off here? Just has a dash preemptive strike. Beads used. Nice beads from the Pikachu. Durgius didn't account for that on the left-hand side.
Needs to watch his back because he knows Hyperion's behind him again. There's the ball used one more time. Hyperion's going to get focused into the trap. The beads are on cooldown still from the last engagement. He's trying to run away. Suntouch wants his kill. He finds the kill under the tower. Hyperion tried to come from behind to clear the wave. Did not pay off for him. Suntouch starting to get a lead in this lane now.
Yeah, I mean, now 15 to 13 is really big between the two carries. In terms of itemization, there's no real difference yet aside from Beads 3 versus Sprint 3. Beads 3 is of course necessary on Apollo because of that Tusky, but looking at Golden Hand, 870 for Suntouch versus 250 for Hyperion. That's really the difference there. And the thing is, Apollo is really great in lane when he can box with his opponents, even or better. But suddenly when you can't, you're like, yeah, I'm going to apply split push pressure. But I'll die if they fight me. And that sucks.
Well, 11 to 8. Potato Boys up by 2,300 experience, however down to the upcoming stars in 700 gold. Right inside, Hebo caught out again. The wall's going to buy him some time to try and stop him retreating. Crushing Wave goes out. There's the Vulcan Ultimate. Is he in range? Oh, he jukes it at the last second. So hard to confirm, but the Meatball comes out. The Backfire does as well. And the auto attack to the tower brings down the first tower of the game. Mid lane, Isis is in trouble as well.
Yeah, Ice is going to be taunted and taken down. Arrow finding it with an auto attack, I believe. Now Qin going to rotate array. Gold Fury looks like to be the call. Durgi is probably calling that one. We could do Gold Fury here, but he's gonna clear the ward. They're not going to go for it.
It's a bit risky at the moment. I mean, Geb's still full health. Arrow's half health did waste a lot on that fight with Isis. Oh, Hyperion's just used his ultimate thinking of going for the Gold Fury. That's going to be on cooldown now. Was that spotted by the ward? That's the question. Oh, from the sky. Well, if but
this is bait. Look at this. So they've got 3 people with Gold Fury, and upcoming stars are like, we have to defend the Gold Fury. But what are they giving up? They're giving up an inner tower on right, which is 1,500 gold, the same value of the Gold Fury, and map pressure. And then they're giving up a lot of pressure in mid. Now that tower on right might not go down, but it's so low that it will fall. It's close to dead, and that itself assigns a lot of pressure. Proxy could be in trouble. He's gonna be okay. More pings on the Gold Fury, and Durgius is just. He's just standing there like,
well, that's the key, isn't it? I mean, they're trying to force Pikachu to try and rotate right for Proxy, but if he does that, they're going to give up the Gold Fury pressure they need him for right now. So trying to pull them each different way of the Potato Boys right now and open up the map for themselves. The game is still relatively close, honestly. I know the experience is in favor of the Potato Boys, but gold is even at this stage, and realistically, the Gold Fury is going to be the difference, and see whether one team can take a really big lead.
Yeah, the Gold Fury could definitely be a big advantage here once it goes down. Looking at the lead, it's only 900 gold, but 5,000 experience, so Potato Boys do have control of the game. I don't want to say it's the point where they're looking to close, but they've got map pressure, they've got experience, and Proxy's can get some nice damage there, using his turret to block off a choke point. And I actually am really liking Proxy's Vulcan play right here. Adapting is going to be the split pusher for the Potato Boys. Just backdooring the tower, honestly. It's 4-5 hits. He takes a lot of damage. Nice stun. Alt away.
Not gonna get out.
Might gonna make
That bleed hurt. I think it did. Yep. Going to be brought down, put his life for a trade. Meanwhile, mid-lane tackles once a Proxy, forces the beads out. The rain of fire from Arrow going to do some good damage. There's the Vulcan. Qin still surviving though on this front line. Snakeskin trying to poke out, but can't find anything more for the time being. Pikachu rotates in. That's all she wrote for now, just that adapting kill, and people too low to really contest the Gold Fury right now with the upcoming stars. They can't get a pick, so then that's all she wrote for the time being. And we go back to a sort of passivity moment now as the mid-camp's due to spawn on the left and right.
Yeah, and that's one of those moments where adapting dies, waits 15 seconds, sees that his opponents weren't able to take advantage of it, and then goes worth. It wasn't worth until it was confirmed that the Potato Boys wouldn't lose anything else, but one death, even on a 6-3 Thor who's doing quite well for a tower, inner tower, 1500 gold, and that map pressure is just so worthwhile. I mean, you just got to think, what can we give up to do X? What can we give up to get a gold tree? What can we give up to get a mid tower, a fire giant, a phoenix, etc., etc.? In that case, totally worthwhile, because Adapting knew it was risky. He knew he would have a decent chance of dying, so he was prepared.
Kurasento needs to be careful here. Going to need a double tap, forces out the beads before this engagement. And with his HP bar being that low, he's going to need to go back to base. The Gold Fury is going to be contested for the Sentry ward coverage. Durgis does have another one available, so he's going to look to try and ward that one out while they've got the opportunity of the extra man. Meanwhile, Proxy continuing to push in the middle lane. You're going to see the ward fight with Qin. Qin needs to watch himself. He doesn't have the backup of his team here. The wall is good for the time being to buy time. He's going to block off the angle, forces the Cataclysm. Pikachu comes in to try and make it worthwhile, getting a bleed onto multiple members, but it's not enough damage to bring anyone down. And with that Sentry ward now in control, the pit in control of the Potato Boys, they're the ones that have the opportunity. Suntouch going to start the Gold Fury off as the rest of the team continue fighting.
Yeah, Durgis is going to actually get the cats to drop. That's a big cooldown use.
Oh, that was
Proxy
a big kill.
takes out Snakeskin with a nice outplay there. Now Durgis in a little bit of trouble. Avoids the Spirit Ball. It will connect onto Suntouch. Instead, uses beads. They're going to turn on Kurasento and take him down. Arrow is back in the engagement. He did back along with Kurasento in order to get his Spear of the Mages. Kurasento backed for health, and Arrow backed for damage. Blink in from Qin. Durgis needs to get this hog. Knock up. Qin dies, and that's going to be the Gold Fury hogged away, which means the target after this stuff is probably going to be towers, as Adapting does not have a hog 3. Slow onto Hyperion, not going to connect due to sprint, and it looks like the call is going to be for mid tower.
Yep, mid tower's going to get dropped very soon. Durgis going to just tank this one up to keep the minions alive for now. I don't think they can go for a tier 2 from this one. But if you look at the charts right now, the gold went 5.2k in their favor, 11,000 experience, and now Potato Boys have a commanding lead over this game. They have towers down, they have map presence because of that as well. And now they can start eyeing up the fire giant at this stage of the game, Cret, and just try and just continue the pressure they've been putting on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pressure they have is good. It's just putting it in the right places now. So they had pressure on the right-hand side of the map and the Gold Fury. That no longer is viable because they have nothing to pressure. Their Gold Fury is down. They could pressure a Phoenix, but you don't do that because they don't have a split pusher. Is he gonna get it?
No, didn't see that way, but did good damage with Snake onto Snake's skin there. In that situation, it was almost a max range Vulcan ult there. Vulcan Proxy needs to be careful here though. Gonna find out a couple more members around this area now. Ward coverage right now for the Potato Boys. They have a sentry down at the Fire Giant. I think that will spot out that ward that's in the pit from the Fire Giant right now. They're just gonna be busy taking out the mid camps as the meatball throws over the wall to clear that ward. I can't wait for next patch, Cret, when you have to use autos to clear wards. Oh, the joys!
Yeah, especially for the support. So here's I think the call for the Potato Boys. They're going to definitely split push with Suntouch. It looks like they're also threatening a split push with Proxy, trying to bait something out. Pikachu could be in a lot of trouble. Wall, nice from Adapting. Will need to use the pounce if he wants to get away. Trying to drop some damage and turn this around. Proxy. Right,
meanwhile, backside, Isis gets caught out, forced to use the bees. Pikachu comes in with the pounce onto Arrow. Disengage from them as well, but double beads used on the side. Sorry, just one beads used, rather. On the side of Upcoming Stars, Isis is on cooldown for the next 9 seconds. Big blink cataclysm from Qin. Thor's going up to the sky, though. Proxy's in a bit of trouble, using the backfire to get away. The crushing wave does connect with him as well. The cats are doing work. Kurasento brings that down. Hyperion turns up to the fight. The heal buys time with the Spirit Circle of Protection. Adapting, uses beads and gets away. Hyperion still chasing. Qin still chasing as well. The wall continuing to buy time. Suntouch back in base right now, so they don't really get that much out of it. Only Proxy dies, but they do get position to clear out the Fire Giant pit for the time being. Maybe get this tier 1 tower. They just need to be careful. Nope, they're going to get tier 1 tower as well, and it looks like Hyperion's going to bring down mid tower as well, so Upcoming Stars are the ones that come out on top in that engagement.
Really good calls from the Potato Boys, though. I mean, yes, it was a great engage from Upcoming Stars. Suntouch, though, was coming into flank, but the Potato Boys called the disengage, and Suntouch immediately starts backing in the Upcoming Stars jungle. He knows he has to get back to base to be able to reposition around the other side, come back, and if there is a contention for Fire Giant, be there as soon as possible. Durgis and Arrow were prepared for that as well. It didn't end up happening because Upcoming Stars knew that their opponents knew that they were going to go for the Fire Giant, so that they knew not to go for the Fire. It gets really confusing.
It was a lot of news, but
they know
basically, Simpleton, ISIS gets caught out as I was saying that, and he's going to go down in seconds to adapting and Aero's damage on that Agni. The main point, basically, Crow was trying to say there is that if you look at the gold charts right now, the dipping golden experience that Potato Boys lost was not as bad as it could have been if they would have continued the fight there overall. Now, though, Potato Boys are in control once again of the Fire Giant. They've got some wards down again. I believe that's just a normal there at the moment. No sentry ward down for the Potato Boys there for the time being. They've got some deep wards down here at the moment, but the Fire Giant is the biggest contention point on the map right now. And the next fight, if it goes in one favor, will go in the favor of the Fire Giant team.
Now here's the thing. When Suntouch split pushes, and he'll go back to it this game, who do you send to defend against him? There isn't a good option because Suntouch can probably 1v1 anyone on upcoming stars. But it's not going to happen. Instead, Artemis trying to burst down the Fire Giant, jump in. Potato Boys get it. Nice attempt from the Pikachu, though. Good that he has Hog 3. Q1's going to go for the engagement. Cataclysm coming out, Shockwave as well. Dirgius might be the sacrificial lamb, but hold on, adapting something in the air. They might want to turn. Suntouch receives Defender Olympus. He's in a lot of trouble. He will fall, and that's the kill that counts. He's the tower killer, but what about the turnaround? Pikachu in a lot of trouble. Gonna jump away. Proxy gets one arrow with the double. And it's just the Apollo in trouble. Ice is going to try and come around, try and peel Spirit Ball. Not going to connect. Proxy finds the hit. Meatball doesn't connect. Backfire hits the wall. Adapting gets mezzed out. Nice play from Hyperion, but Hyperion will be in trouble here. He will fall. To a reach hit from Dirgius. KS and Scum.
KS and Scum indeed. Aero going to continue the chase onto Carenzo though, and he doesn't use the circle of protection in time to get enough damage off the whole team. A delayed deicide, still a deicide though, in favor of the Potato Boys. Now they're going to come to this Phoenix. Only Suntouch died in that whole engagement. And honestly, that engagement was good, but they went so deep to bring down Suntouch, they all grouped up. And against Aero on the Agni, and on top of that Vulcan, that's a lot of grouping to be AoE down in a big ball of nasty death.
Yeah, I mean, the idea to kill Suntouch was good. Because Suntouch is an Artemis, so he's good at killing towers. And he has a Fire Giant buff, which makes him better at killing towers. Twice, because you get the tower damage and you get the power. So killing Suntouch was worth it, just not worth it when they lose their entire team, which is what ended up happening because of the group and the inability to disengage. And the big thing about the chase from Potato Boys is that they were chasing towards the upcoming star's base. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a possibility that if Hyperion ran west, ran towards the Gold Fury, he either would have gotten out or would have forced Potato Boys to stop chasing or delayed. Yeah. And so that would have been like a better decision, but honestly, it was the group up that was the problem. And, it's how do you recover from a mistake is important to analyze when you're looking over a game, but it's more important to not make the mistake in the first place.
Oh. Command and lead for the Potato Boys now, 22 to 11, 10,000 goldie, 16,000 experience. Suntouch going to split push this left-hand side here, and as you said, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to 1v1 Suntouch with his current build and with his itemization right now. He is very, very strong, 2 levels above Hyperion. He's also got the Rage finished and the Executioner online. Hyperion still working on that Rage at the moment. The tower's slowly starting to chip down Qins here. With the support of Pikachu and Hyperion, they're going to defend for now, but in the jungle, we're going to see Icy's get a nice Spirit Ball onto adapting there for the time being. They're just trying to defend this. I don't know if they can, if the whole team of Potato Boys group up. I think upcoming stars need to leave this one alone. Looks like that's a decision. They need to defend the Phoenixes though.
Yeah, they need to go for the fight on the Phoenix, and it's going to come down to the Cataclysm and the Circle of Protection. Because the thing is, hold on, taunt onto Pikachu. Beats. Nice speeds usage. It's going to keep him alive, but they're on cooldown, and that's going to matter. Apollo's up in the air, so this has to be the engagement because they need that ultimate. Hyperion, where is he going to go? And he's circling onto adapting, but doesn't get the full hit, doesn't get the full damage. Earthshaker comes through and destroys Snakeskin. Now Hyperion in a lot of trouble. Stone Shield keeping him alive, but Suntouch gets the kill with the auto Q and running away. The Phoenix will die soon, but adapting's in trouble. Pikachu going to jump out. Gets slowed, not dead quite yet. Dash forward from Arrow. That's going to be the kill, but Curacento finds Suntouch. Arrow turns it around onto Pikachu. Curacento falls to adapting. Yeah, Suntouch died again, but honestly, at this point, adapting is actually going to do more damage to the structures.
Well, honestly, at this point of the game,
it's going to fall.
It's over. That is it. Potato Boys do move on. Upcoming stars, though, creating that game. Like, they came out hot, they came out strong, they did a really good job early on. Early pressure all over the map from them, nice early aggression from the Potato Boys. They just dealt with it well, continued the structure that they had in place, and managed to make it pay off towards the late game with the AoE composition that they had. You know, with the damage from Agony and the taunts coming out, as well as adapting his well-placed walls most of the time, just paid off for them.
Well played by the Potato Boys. Upcoming stars did well as well. They just weren't able to take it in the end. I'm having a flashback to last week because it's Agilitas versus Potato Boys in the finals.
One more time.
Much like last week, we're going to be switching over to Smite Game 2 for the final match. Agilitas versus Potato Boys. Come join us over there. And in looking at the clock, 35 minutes, you're going to have the pregame show with Adonis and Kelly, which I will be watching while casting because I love Adonis and Kelly. We'll see you guys on Smite Game 2 and enjoy the Pro League as well. Please watch both streams. We'll be back on the other channel in just a few minutes.